Welcome back to the Deep Dive. This is the show where we take a whole stack of information, really try to cut through the noise, and just boil it down to what you actually need to know. I'm your host, and I'm ready to get into another, well, pretty fascinating topic today. And today, we're doing a deep dive into something that, frankly, has probably caused more confusion, maybe spawned more fads, and generated more just conflicting advice than, I don't know, almost any other single nutrient out there. We're talking about protein.
It's everywhere, isn't it?
I mean, let's be honest. You see it, right? You scroll through social media, one person's swearing by their, Mega Scoop protein shake, says it's the secret to their gains.
Mm-hmm.
Then maybe your friend is meticulously weighing out grams of, lean chicken breast for every single meal, convinced that's the only way.
Right. The dedication is intense sometimes.
Or maybe you've personally tried to hit some, I don't know, seemingly random magic number for your daily intake, and you just felt completely overwhelmed.
Yeah, the numbers can be daunting.
Totally. Overwhelmed by the sheer volume of food, maybe, or just the endless stream of opinions from, every corner of the internet.
Everyone's an expert, right?
Exactly. It feels like everyone has a strong opinion, but getting a straightforward, science-backed answer that actually applies to you, that can feel like searching for a needle in a haystack.
Yep, absolutely. And that's why we're here.
So our mission today really is to cut through all that static. We're going to sift through the science, hopefully give you a clear, evidence-based understanding of protein, one that's genuinely tailored for you and your specific goals.
Yeah, the goal is empowerment.
We want to empower you, to make truly informed choices, not just, blindly follow the latest trend.
And that confusion you mentioned, that's precisely why this deep dive is so important and why we're actually really excited to share what our sources show.
Okay.
We're aiming to go far beyond the fads, the hype, give you truly practical, applicable knowledge, stuff that fits into your real life.
That's the key, isn't it? Real life.
Exactly. By the end of this chat, you won't just know what protein is. You'll hopefully have a really solid grasp of why it matters.
Okay.
And I promise you, it's not just for bodybuilders. Not by a long shot.
I think there's a common misconception.
It really is. You'll also learn, how much you specifically might need based on your activity, your goals.
The personal aspects.
Right. And maybe most importantly, we'll try to demystify the best ways to actually get it, whether that's from, delicious, nutrient-packed whole foods or sometimes maybe strategically using supplements.
Okay, the whole foods versus supplements debate.
Well, we'll get into that. But yeah, this isn't just theory. It's about empowering you to make decisions that actually support your well-being, your energy, your fitness goals, whatever they happen to be.
Okay, let's unpack this then. Because when most people hear protein, like you said, their mind jumps straight to muscles. Big muscle.
The classic image.
And yes, okay, that's definitely a major well-known role. But honestly, it's just one piece of a much, much bigger, more intricate puzzle.
Absolutely.
And it's a puzzle that impacts everyone, not just, gym rats or athletes.
Totally. Every single person.
So when we talk about protein's essential role, we're really talking about the fundamental building blocks, like the literal bricks and mortar for almost everything in your body.
That's a great analogy.
It's the nutrient that's absolutely crucial for muscle growth and recovery. It acts like those bricks, repairing and growing muscle tissue after you've, put it to work. Think of it as the body's ultimate repair crew.
The construction team, yeah.
But I really want to emphasize this. Like you said, it's not just for elite athletes lifting massive weights or competitive bodybuilders.
No, not at all.
This fundamental role, it's crucial for every single one of us. Think about just everyday life. The strength you need to carry groceries up the stairs, right? Or the stamina to chase after your kids or grandkids.
Simple things we take for granted.
Exactly. The ease you stand up from a chair, or even just maintaining good posture through the day. All these seemingly simple actions, they're supported by healthy, resilient muscle tissue.
You don't think about it until it gets harder.
Precisely. And as we naturally age, well, maintaining that muscle mass becomes incredibly important.
Yeah.
For preserving mobility, preventing falls, supporting just overall independence.
It's huge for quality of life later on.
We're talking about preventing that age-related muscle loss, sarcopenia, I think it's called, which is a massive factor in declining health as we get older.
It really is, and protein is the defense against that.
So protein provides those necessary amino acids, the smaller units, right, to continuously repair and rebuild these vital tissues.
Keeps the system running smoothly.
Ensures you maintain your strength, your mobility, your vitality, basically throughout your whole life. Without enough protein, your body just can't do these crucial repair jobs efficiently, which leads to slower recovery, maybe reduced strength, and just a general decline in physical capacity over time.
It's like that construction crew showing up without enough bricks or mortar. The job doesn't get done right.
Exactly. Insufficient building materials.
And that's such a critical point because, protein's foundational role, it goes way beyond just the muscles you can see. It touches nearly every single biological process in your body.
Okay, so even deeper than muscle.
Oh, yeah. What's truly fascinating, I think, is how often its less-known functions get overlooked. But they are absolutely vital for just your daily well-being.
Like what, for example?
Well, for instance, did you know that many of your body's most critical hormones are actually protein-based?
Hormones. I didn't realize that connection.
Yeah. We're not just talking growth hormone here. We mean chemical messengers that regulate, well, almost everything. Your blood sugar levels, like insulin, your appetite signals, even the hormones involved in your stress response.
Wow, okay, so protein is involved in regulating mood and energy through hormones, too.
Absolutely. Imagine your body as this, highly complex communication network. Proteins are key parts of that messaging system.
Right.
If you're consistently not getting enough protein, your body simply can't produce these essential chemical messengers optimally.
And that causes problems downstream, I guess.
Exactly. It can lead to a whole cascade of issues, like unstable blood sugar causing energy crashes, difficulty managing hunger cues, or even a more intense stress response because your body isn't regulating itself effectively.
It's like trying to make a phone call with a bad connection.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Key parts of the telephone line are missing.
Okay, that makes sense.
And if we connect that to the bigger picture, overall well-being, protein plays a really profound role in your sustained energy levels, even your mood stability.
Mood stability, how does that work?
Well, the amino acids that make up protein, they're precursors, basically the raw materials for neurotransmitters, things like serotonin, which is crucial for feelings of well-being, happiness.
Right, the feel-good chemical.
Exactly. And dopamine, too, linked to motivation and pleasure. So a consistent, adequate protein intake can genuinely contribute to sustained energy through the day.
Helping avoid that mid-afternoon slump.
Yes, exactly that. Or that mental fog that often hits around, 3 p.m.
Yeah.
It can also support a more balanced mood, maybe preventing some of that irritability or emotional dips that come from wonky blood sugar or just general nutrient deficiencies.
So it's not just physical fuel.
Not at all. It's about the very chemistry of feeling good and maintaining mental clarity.
That's a really powerful connection. I think many of us miss that. We're so focused on immediate energy from carbs, maybe?
Yeah, the quick fix.
But this sustained foundational energy and mood stability from protein, that sounds like a potential game changer.
It really can be.
And I've definitely heard some buzz around protein and metabolism. Does it actually help us burn more calories just by eating it? Is that real?
It's not just buzz, no. It's a very real effect, though maybe sometimes its size is misunderstood. This brings up an important point about metabolism that's maybe not common knowledge.
Okay.
We hear a lot about carbs and fats for energy, right? But protein has this unique effect on your metabolic rate. It's called the thermic effect of food, or TEF.
TF. Okay, what's that?
Simply put, your body actually uses more energy, burns more calories just to digest, absorb, and metabolize protein compared to fats or carbs.
Really? How much more?
Well, roughly 20 to 30% of the calories you get from protein are actually used up just in processing it.
Wow, that's significant.
It is. Compare that to carbs, maybe 5 to 10%. And fats, it's tiny, like 0 to 3%.
So just choosing protein-rich foods gives your metabolism a little nudge.
A small but consistent boost, yeah. And over time, that definitely adds up.
Interesting. Is there more to it than just digestion?
Yeah, there is. Beyond that immediate digestive effort, remember how we talked about protein-preserving lean muscle mass?
Right, the building blocks.
Exactly. By consistently supporting that muscle tissue, protein contributes to a higher resting metabolic rate.
Meaning you burn more calories even when you're not active.
Precisely. Even when you're literally at rest, sleeping, sitting on the couch. Muscle tissue is metabolically active. It needs more energy to maintain itself than fat tissue does.
So more muscle means a higher baseline burn.
You got it. So the more lean muscle you have, the higher your baseline calorie burn. This is incredibly valuable for managing weight long-term and maintaining a healthy body composition. It helps prevent your metabolism from slowing down.
Wow. Okay, so it's like a metabolic multi-tool. That's actually fascinating.
It kind of is, yeah.
And speaking of weight management, I constantly hear that protein keeps you full, like really full. But why is it so uniquely effective compared to, say, fats or carbs? Is it just a feeling, or is there something physiological going on?
That's an excellent question, and it's definitely not just a feeling. It's a powerful physiological response. That's what makes protein so uniquely effective at promoting satiety, that feeling of fullness.
Okay, how does it work?
Well, a couple of ways. First, protein actually slows down the emptying of your stomach, just physically takes longer to move through, which naturally makes you feel full for longer.
Makes sense.
But maybe more profoundly, it stimulates the release of specific gut hormones. You might hear names like peptide YYPY and glucagon like peptide 1 or GLP-1.
Okay, gut hormones, what do they do?
They travel to your brain, basically, and they signal fullness and satisfaction. They effectively tell your brain, okay, received enough fuel, turn off the hunger signals for a bit.
So it's a direct communication line.
Exactly. Which means you're far less likely to experience those sudden, overpowering hunger pangs or cravings shortly after a meal.
Which helps avoid snacking.
Significantly reduces the temptation for unnecessary snacking between meals, yeah. It's an incredibly powerful tool for appetite control. Makes it easier to stick to your dietary goals without feeling deprived or, constantly thinking about food.
So if you've ever felt like you're always hungry, even after eating,
protein might genuinely be a key missing piece in that puzzle. It's really about feeling satisfied, not just physically full.
that makes so much sense. It's not just physical, it's biochemical signals.
Yeah.
Okay, one more area, immunity. Especially, during cold and flu season, people are always looking for ways to boost their immune system. Does protein play a role there too? It seems like it does almost everything.
It absolutely does. And this is another one of those surprising but incredibly vital roles of protein. Its direct link to immune function.
How so?
Well, your immune system relies heavily on a constant, adequate supply of protein. Think about antibodies.
Okay, the things that fight off germs.
Exactly. Those specialized proteins your body makes to identify and neutralize pathogens, like viruses and bacteria. They are literally made of protein.
Wow, I didn't know they were protein.
Yep. And beyond antibodies, the enzymes that run countless immune reactions in your body, even the immune cells themselves, like your white blood cells, they all need a constant supply of amino acids to function effectively, to multiply, to communicate.
So not enough protein means a weaker defense.
Potentially, yes. Sufficient protein intake is fundamental for a robust immune response, helping your body defend itself against infections, illnesses, and recover more quickly if you do get sick.
That makes sense.
If your intake is consistently low, your body's ability to mount that strong defense can be significantly compromised. Could lead to more frequent illnesses, maybe longer recovery times. It's like your immune system's essential ammunition supply.
Okay, this is painting a much broader picture of protein than just muscles.
Definitely. So what does this all mean for you in your daily life?
Yeah, bring it back to the listener.
Well, if you've ever found yourself feeling sluggish, even if you think you got enough sleep, or consistently struggled with hunger or cravings, even right after eating, notice you're getting sick maybe more often than you'd like,
Yeah.
or even just experience a general, lack of vitality, struggled with mental fog, it's absolutely worth taking a closer look at whether your protein intake is truly meeting your body's incredibly comprehensive needs.
It really touches everything.
It really does. It's far, far more than just building visible muscle.
Yeah.
It's about fueling your body's intricate master plan for sustained energy, emotional balance, robust defense, and just overall peak performance in, every aspect of your life.
That's such an incredible and, comprehensive picture. It truly is a master nutrient, isn't it? Seems to underpin so much we just take for granted.
It really does.
But, okay, here's where many people, myself included sometimes, hit a real wall. The question of how much.
Ah, yes, the numbers game.
We're constantly bombarded with numbers. 20 grams per meal, 100 grams a day, 1 gram per pound of body weight. It feels like a guessing game. Is there some universal magic number? Some perfect amount of protein that applies to everyone? Or is it truly as individual as you suggested earlier?
Yeah, that's a super common frustration. And you're right, there really isn't one single magic number that works for everyone across the board.
Didn't think so.
If there were, everyone would be hitting it perfectly and feeling amazing, right? The truth is, your daily protein needs are highly individual. They depend largely on factors like, your current body weight, how active you are, and what your specific fitness or health goals actually are.
Okay, so multiple factors.
Exactly. But the good news is our source material provides really clear, structured guidelines. based on scientific consensus. And these should help you demystify your personal needs and figure out a solid target to aim for.
Okay, let's break it down. Where do we start?
Let's start with the baseline. For sedentary individuals, and by sedentary we mean someone with minimal physical activity beyond just daily living, maybe a desk job, very little or no structured exercise during the week.
Right, pretty low activity.
For those folks, the recommended intake is approximately 0.8 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight.
Okay, zero 0.8 grams per kilogram. Can you give an example?
Sure. For easy calculation, if you weigh, say, 70 kilograms, that's about 154 pounds, that translates to roughly 56 grams of protein per day.
56 grams. What does that look like in food?
Well, roughly, that could be like a small chicken breast, maybe a cup of Greek yogurt, and a serving of lentils spread throughout the day. It's the minimum needed to prevent deficiency, support basic functions like enzyme production, hormone synthesis.
Just keeping the lights on, basically.
Exactly. Enough to keep the lights on, but probably not enough to optimize performance or muscle growth if you're doing any regular physical activity.
Okay, so what about people who are more active?
Right. So if you're an active individual, meaning you engage in moderate exercise a few times a week.
Like going to the gym, jogging.
Yeah, maybe hitting the gym for strength training 2-3 times a week, enjoy regular jogging, play recreational sports, or even just have a physically demanding job, your protein needs definitely increase, quite significantly, actually.
Okay, what's the range for them?
For active individuals, the guideline is higher, typically ranging from 1.2 to 1.5 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight.
1.2 to 1.5. So for that same 70-kilogram person.
That translates to somewhere between 84 to 105 grams of protein daily.
Okay, quite a jump from 56. Why the increase?
Well, it directly supports the increased demands of muscle repair, recovery, and adaptation that come with regular physical activity. Your muscles are under more stress, more breakdown, so they need more raw materials to rebuild stronger.
Makes sense. More work needs more repair materials.
Precisely. Now, what if your specific goal is muscle gain? Building muscle mass.
Yeah, the classic protein goal for many.
Then the requirements go up even further. This is to really support robust muscle protein synthesis. For optimal muscle gain, you're looking at a range of about 1.6 to 2.2 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight.
Whoa, okay. 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilo. So for our 70-kilogram example.
That's a substantial 112 to 154 grams of protein per day.
That's a lot of protein. Why so high just for gaining muscle?
The reason is to truly maximize something called muscle protein synthesis, or MPS. That's the actual process where your body creates new muscle tissue building and repairing muscle fibers.
Okay, MBS.
After you work out, there's microscopic damage to muscle fibers. MPS is the process of repairing that damage and building new, stronger fibers. A higher protein intake ensures your construction crew, going back to that analogy,
Right, the builders.
ensures they have all the necessary raw materials, the amino acids, immediately available to build that new muscle efficiently. Rather than having to, scavenge or wait for supplies, you're basically creating an amino acid surplus to drive that growth process.
Got it. Flooding the system with building blocks when it needs them.
Pretty much. Now, here's where it gets really interesting and maybe a bit counterintuitive for some people. What if your primary goal is weight loss?
Okay, yeah. I wouldn't expect protein needs to go up for weight loss.
Right. But the recommendation is actually in a similar higher range, typically 1.6 to 2.2 grams per kilogram, just like for muscle gain.
Really? Why so high if you're trying to lose weight?
It might seem odd, but there's a crucial nuance here. This higher intake isn't about building new muscle necessarily. It's fundamentally about preserving the muscle mass you already have while you're in a calorie deficit.
Ah, okay. Preventing muscle loss while dieting.
Exactly. When you eat fewer calories than your body needs, your body looks for energy sources. Without enough protein coming in, there's a higher risk it might break down your precious muscle tissue for energy.
Which you definitely don't want.
No. You want to lose fat, not lean, metabolically active muscle. By providing ample protein, you signal to your body, hold on to this muscle tissue. This ensures the weight you lose is primarily fat.
Which is key for keeping your metabolism humming.
Absolutely key. Losing muscle can actually slow down your metabolism, making future weight management even harder. So high protein during weight loss is a strategic move to protect your metabolic engine.
That nuance for weight loss is so important. I think a lot of people just focus on cutting calories, cutting carbs.
Yeah, and they might inadvertently sacrifice muscle.
Not realizing they might be losing the wrong kind of weight.
Okay.
But beyond the total daily number, how should we actually consume this protein? Is it better to just, down a massive steak once a day or...
Haha, maybe not the steak approach. That's an excellent follow-up question, and it's a really important practical tip. Spreading your protein intake evenly throughout the day is generally best.
Okay, why is spreading it out better?
It's not just about convenience. It's about maximizing that muscle protein synthesis, MPS, and recovery we talked about. Your body can only effectively utilize a certain amount of protein for muscle building at any one time. There's kind of a saturation point for each meal.
Like a limit per sitting.
Sort of, yeah. So by distributing your intake, aiming for maybe, say, 20 to 40 grams every 3-4 hours across multiple meals and snacks, you provide a consistent, steady supply of amino acids to your muscles.
Like a drip feed instead of a flood.
Exactly. A steady drip feed of building blocks rather than trying to fill the bucket all at once. This consistent supply keeps your body in an anabolic state, that's the muscle building and repairing state, more consistently throughout the day.
And what happens if you eat it all at once?
Well, in contrast, consuming all your protein in one massive meal means a large portion of those amino acids might just get oxidized for energy or even converted to glucose and potentially stored as fat. It's simply less efficient for muscle synthesis.
So it gets wasted in a way.
Some of it might not be used optimally for muscle building, yes. So the advice is generally aim for a good protein source at breakfast, lunch, dinner, and maybe incorporate a couple of protein-rich snacks.
Okay.
This approach not only optimizes muscle synthesis and recovery, but it also ties back to satiety. It helps you feel fuller and more satisfied throughout the day, which can help prevent overeating later on.
That makes sense. Consistent fuel, consistent fullness.
Exactly. So, you listening right now, you can take a moment. Think about your activity level. What's your primary goal? General health, staying active, building muscle, losing weight strategically.
Right.
Then use your body weight in kilograms, do a quick calculation based on those ranges we just discussed, 0.8, 1.2, 1.5, or 1.6, 2.2 grams per kilo.
Find your personal target zone.
Exactly. It gives you a fantastic, personalized starting point for understanding your own protein puzzle and how to begin fueling your body for your specific objectives. It's that first step towards taking control.
That makes it so much clearer and honestly less daunting. Knowing your personal target range is really empowering.
Yeah.
Okay, so now you know your target. The next critical question is, where do you actually get all this protein?
The sources, yeah.
For decades, the general advice, the gold standard has always been, prioritize whole foods. Get your protein primarily from whole foods. But why exactly? What makes whole foods truly superior as your foundational protein source?
That's a critical question, definitely.
Right.
And the answer really lies in their comprehensive nutritional profile. Whole foods provide a full spectrum of essential nutrients that work together synergistically with the protein. It's not just about isolated protein itself.
Okay, so it's more than just the protein content.
Absolutely. The first major benefit is profound nutrient density. When you eat, say, a piece of grilled chicken or a serving of lentils or a cup of Greek yogurt. Right, real food. You're not just getting protein. You're also getting this rich array of vital vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, healthy fats, all naturally packaged together in that food.
Like the B vitamins in meat or iron?
Exactly. Think B vitamins in lean meats for energy production, iron and zinc for immunity, omega-3 fatty acids in salmon for brain and heart health. These micronutrients are crucial for countless bodily functions, energy metabolism, immune response, and they actually help your body efficiently use the protein you consume.
So the whole package works together.
Precisely. A protein supplement might give you the protein grams, sure, but it simply cannot provide that complete nutritional symphony that a whole food naturally delivers. It's like getting a single instrument versus the entire orchestra.
That's a great way to put it. Okay, nutrient density is one benefit. What else?
Another significant advantage, building on what we discussed earlier, is better satiety that actually lasts longer.
Right, the fullness factor again.
Yeah. While protein alone is satiating, whole foods amplify this effect dramatically. It's the combination. The protein, plus the fiber you find naturally in many plant sources like beans and lentils, and the healthy fats found in meats, fish, dairy, they all work together to slow down digestion even further.
So it keeps you feeling full for longer periods.
Significantly longer, yes.
Yeah.
Reduces those nagging hunger pangs, those cravings, makes it much easier to avoid unnecessary snacking between meals. Think about the difference between drinking a quick, isolated protein shake.
Which might fill you up for a bit.
Temporarily, yeah. Versus having a substantial meal like grilled chicken with quinoa and roasted vegetables.
Yeah.
Both give you protein, but the whole food meal provides a much more satisfying, lasting feeling of fullness.
Which is invaluable for appetite control and managing weight.
Totally. And maintaining energy without feeling deprived or constantly thinking about your next meal.
Okay, so nutrient density, better satiety.
Yeah.
What's the third piece?
Well, this leads us directly to improved digestion and absorption. Natural, unprocessed protein sources often come packaged with things like fiber and healthy fats that actually aid in better digestion and nutrient absorption.
How does that work?
Fiber promotes gut health, supports a healthy microbiome, ensures regularity. Healthy fats can help absorb certain fat-soluble vitamins that might also be in the food.
Right.
Now, compare that to some highly processed protein supplements. Sometimes those can lead to digestive discomfort in people who are sensitive, maybe due to their isolated nature or added artificial ingredients.
Yeah, I've heard people mention bloating or stomach issues with some powders.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Whole foods generally offer a much smoother, more natural digestive process. Your body is fundamentally designed to break down and assimilate nutrients from whole, unprocessed foods.
It knows what to do with them.
Pretty much. Imagine the difference in how your body processes, say, a piece of steak or a bowl of lentil soup versus a highly refined powder. The whole food typically involves a slower, more natural breakdown, allowing for optimal nutrient absorption and less potential for GI upset.
That makes perfect sense. It really is about the whole package, not just isolating one nutrient. So, okay, what are some of the best, most versatile whole food protein sources our listeners should maybe focus on based on our material?
Absolutely. Let's talk specifics, some diverse examples of top-tier whole food protein sources. For animal-based proteins, you've got your lean meats. Chicken breast, turkey, lean cuts of beef, pork.
The staples.
Yeah. Fantastic sources of complete protein, meaning they have all 9 essential amino acids your body can't make itself, plus rich in iron, zinc, B vitamins. Then there's fish and seafood, things like salmon, tuna, shrimp, cod, tilapia. These offer high-quality protein, often with that bonus of healthy omega-3 fats. Great for heart health, brain function, reducing inflammation.
Salmon's always a good one.
Definitely. And let's not forget dairy products. Greek yogurt, cottage cheese, milk. Greek yogurt especially is a powerhouse. Loads of protein per serving, plus calcium for bones, often probiotics for gut health.
Cottage cheese too, right?
Yeah.
I hear that's making a comeback.
It is, and it's rich in casein protein, which we might touch on later, good for sustained release.
Okay, so that covers animal sources.
Yeah.
What about plant-based?
Right. For those who prefer plant-based options or just want to mix things up beyond animal products, there's a wonderful and growing variety available.
Like what?
Lentils, chickpeas, black beans, legumes, tofu, tempeh, edamame, soy products, even grains like quinoa.
Quinoa has protein.
Yeah, quinoa is pretty unique among grains because it is a complete protein, offering all the essential amino acids.
Wow, okay.
Lentils and chickpeas are super versatile, packed with both protein and fiber, so they're really satiating. Tofu and tempeh are also complete proteins from soy, and they're amazing in cooking because they soak up flavors.
So lots of good plant options too.
Definitely. And the beauty of plant-based proteins is often their high fiber content, diverse micronutrients, and generally lower environmental footprint.
Do you need to combine them though? I've heard about incomplete plant proteins.
That's a good point. While some individual plant proteins might be low in 1 or 2 essential amino acids, you don't necessarily need to combine them at the same meal anymore. That's kind of old thinking. As long as you eat a variety of plant sources throughout the day, like beans, grains, nuts, seeds, you'll easily get all the essential amino acids you need. The key is just variety and balance over the course of the day or week.
Okay, that's good to know. Less complicated than trying to pair things perfectly at every meal.
Exactly. Variety is key.
That's such a great reminder. Eating well doesn't have to be boring or restrictive at all. There's so much joy and variety available through these whole foods, whether you lean more animal-based, plant-based, or a mix.
Absolutely. Experiment.
You can really experiment with different recipes, different preparations, find sources you genuinely enjoy. Makes healthy eating a pleasure, right? Not a chore.
That's the sustainable way.
But, okay, reality check. In our fast-paced world, convenience is often king. Let's be real.
True enough.
So let's talk about the modern assist. Protein supplements, powders, bars, ready-to-drink shakes. Their popularity has just exploded.
You see them everywhere.
When do they become a valuable strategic tool in your nutritional toolkit, rather than trying to be that primary foundational source we just talked about?
That's an excellent transition, and yeah, a very common question people have. Protein supplements absolutely have their place. They can be incredibly valuable tools, but like you just said, they should always aim to complement, not replace, that foundation of like foods.
Complement, not replace. Got it.
They become really useful in specific situations,
Mhm.
especially for people with very high protein needs, maybe athletes, or those with genuinely busy, demanding schedules, or maybe when specific nutrient timing is beneficial.
Okay, so what are the main benefits then? Why choose a supplement sometimes?
Well, their first major benefit, probably the most obvious one, is undeniable convenience.
Yeah, can't argue with that.
Let's face it, whipping up a full, balanced meal packed with whole food protein. It isn't always feasible when you're rushing out the door for work, heading straight to the gym after a long day.
Stuck in traffic.
Exactly.
Okay.
Or caught between back-to-back meetings. A quick protein shake or grabbing a protein bar, you can consume that on the go. Makes it incredibly easy to hit your protein targets even when whole food options are limited, unavailable, or just plain impractical due to time constraints.
So they bridge the gaps in a busy schedule.
Perfectly put. They bridge those nutritional gaps, ensuring you maintain a consistent protein supply through your day, even when time is squeezed. It's about removing the friction from hitting your targets.
Okay, convenience is huge. What else?
Secondly, many protein supplements offer targeted nutrition. Specifically, many, particularly whey protein, contain added BCAAs, branched-chain amino acids.
BCAAs, I've heard of those. Leucine, isoleucine, valine.
That's them, leucine, isoleucine, and valine. These three amino acids are particularly important for initiating and supporting muscle recovery and synthesis, especially right after a workout.
Why are they so special?
Leucine, in particular, acts like a powerful signaling molecule, almost like a go switch to kickstart muscle protein synthesis. It tells your muscles, okay, start the repair and growth process now.
The trigger.
Exactly. So a rapidly absorbed supplement can deliver these specific amino acids very quickly to your muscles, right when they're most receptive to taking up nutrients after a tough session. It helps optimize that crucial recovery window.
Do whole foods have BCAAs?
Oh yes, absolutely. But a supplement can deliver them more rapidly and often in more concentrated amounts, right when you might want them most.
Okay, so targeted delivery for recovery. Makes sense. Any other benefits?
And finally, yeah, protein supplements can be quite useful for calorie control and precise macronutrient manipulation.
How so?
Well, some supplements are specifically formulated to be lower in calories, fat, and carbohydrates compared to many whole food alternatives that provide a similar amount of protein.
So more protein bang for your calorie buck.
Exactly. This makes them incredibly useful for precise dietary goals, especially during weight loss phases or maybe cutting cycles for athletes, where every calorie counts and you need to maximize protein without adding too many extra fats or carbs.
Can you give an example?
Sure. A pure whey protein isolate shake, for instance, might give you 25 grams of protein for just 110 or 120 calories with very minimal fat or carbs. It can be quite challenging to get that much protein with such low additional macros from a whole food source in certain situations. They offer a really lean, efficient way to boost protein.
Okay, that's clear. Convenience, targeted BCAAs, and calorie macro control. So it really is about using them strategically, almost like a tactical nutritional tool. Can you give us some specific scenarios where this might genuinely benefit our listeners' routines, like real-world examples?
Absolutely. Let's think practical. For your routine, do you find yourself routinely skipping breakfast because you're rushing out the door?
Guilty sometimes.
Or maybe you grab a sugary cereal or pastry that leaves you crashing later. A quick protein shake could ensure you start your day with those essential amino acids, promoting satiety, sustained energy, setting you up better.
Good point. Breakfast is tough for many.
Or are you short on time immediately after your workout? You know you should eat, but you can't get to a full meal right away.
Yeah, the commute home from the gym.
Exactly. A fast-absorbing protein supplement, like whey, can initiate that muscle recovery within the critical post-exercise window. Get the process started, prepare your muscles for their next challenge.
So bridging the gap until a real meal.
Precisely.
Right.
Or perhaps you're trying to manage your calorie intake for weight loss, like we discussed, but you need to make sure you get enough protein to preserve muscle.
Right, hitting that higher target.
A controlled calorie protein powder can be very strategic there, maybe as a snack or even part of a meal replacement to help you hit your protein targets without accidentally overshooting your calorie budget, especially when whole food options aren't readily available or convenient.
So it's about being pragmatic, finding solutions that fit real life.
Exactly. It's about fitting solutions into your real-world constraints and goals.
Okay. Now, you mentioned whey protein. Are there different types of supplements we should know about?
Yeah, definitely. It's helpful to know the main players. The most common one you'll see is whey protein.
The classic.
Yep. Derived from milk during cheese making, it's famous for being fast absorbing. Its amino acids hit your bloodstream quickly.
Which is why it's good post-workout.
Exactly. Ideal for that post-workout recovery when muscles need rapid nutrient delivery. You'll see different forms, too. Whey concentrate, maybe around 80% protein. Whey isolate, often over 90% protein, typically lower in lactose and fat. And whey hydrolysate, which is like a pre-digested for even faster absorption.
Okay, whey's the fast one. What else?
Then there's casein protein. Also comes from milk, but it has a fundamentally different absorption profile.
How is it different?
Unlike whey, casein is slow digesting. It actually forms a sort of gel in the stomach. This leads to a much more sustained trickle-feed release of amino acids into the bloodstream, often over several hours.
Ah, the slow and steady one.
Exactly, which makes it particularly suitable for, say, nighttime recovery. Provides your muscles with a steady supply of protein while you sleep, helping prevent muscle breakdown catabolism and supporting repair during that long overnight fast.
So people might take casein before bed.
Many people do, yeah, for exactly that reason.
Interesting. Whey for fast, casein for slow. What about non-dairy options?
Right. Increasingly popular are plant-based protein supplements. These are made from sources like pea protein, rice protein, hemp, soy, or often a blend of these.
For vegans or people with allergies?
Excellent choices for vegans, vegetarians, or individuals with dairy intolerances or allergies, yes. Now, we mentioned earlier that some individual plant proteins might be incomplete.
Right, low in certain amino acids.
But many high-quality plant-based protein powders today actually combine different sources like pea and rice protein together. This creates a complete amino acid profile, making them potentially just as effective as whey for muscle building and recovery when matched for protein content.
So the blends overcome that issue.
Generally, yes. Plus, they often come with the added benefit of some fiber and unique micronutrients from their plant origins.
Okay, that's good to know there are effective plant options too.
Absolutely. So understanding these different types, whey, casein, plant-based, can help you identify if and when a protein supplement might genuinely complement your dietary approach and lifestyle. Again, not replace it.
Right.
It's about being smart with your nutrition, using the right tool for the right job, and ensuring consistency in your protein intake when needed.
That's a crucial distinction, complementing, not replacing.
Yeah.
And I think that brings us right to the central debate here, doesn't it? Whole foods versus supplements.
A big showdown.
It often feels like this big nutritional showdown,
Yeah.
with strong advocates on both sides. But from everything you've just laid out, it seems pretty clear it's less of a direct competition and more about finding the ideal synergy, right?
Yeah, exactly
A
right.
both-hand approach rather than a strict...
Precisely. What's truly fascinating here, and what our sources consistently emphasize, is that it's absolutely not an either situation for most people. The most effective, sustainable, and health-promoting approach. It's almost always an intelligent combination.
Okay.
It's about understanding how to strategically integrate both whole foods and supplements to achieve different goals. Always emphasizing that fundamental principle, complement, don't replace.
So how does that look in practice for different goals?
Okay, let's break that down. For overall health and general well-being, the foundation should unequivocally be whole foods. That's your primary protein source.
Non-negotiable baseline.
Pretty much. This ensures you're consistently getting that well-rounded nutrient intake. We talked about the full spectrum of vitamins, minerals, fiber, healthy fats, all packaged naturally with the protein.
The orchestra, not the single instrument.
Exactly. Prioritizing a diverse variety animal, plant-based, like lean meats, fish, dairy, lentils, beans, tofu, quinoa, ensures you're covering all your nutritional bases, supporting your body's systems holistically. This approach is superior because it delivers sustained energy, essential micronutrients that work together, supports long-term gut health, satiety. In a way, a supplement alone just can't replicate. Think of whole foods as your sturdy, reliable main engine.
Okay, whole foods first for general health.
Um,
What about for more specific goals, like muscle building?
Right. When we shift to muscle building, that synergy between whole foods and supplements becomes particularly evident and, frankly, quite powerful. You want to combine consistent whole food intake throughout the day with strategic, targeted use of supplements.
How'd that work?
For instance, you'd focus on consuming lean protein sources, chicken breast, fish, maybe tempeh at your main meals. That provides the consistent, steady supply of amino acids to support growth and repair all day long.
The background supply.
Right. Then you might add a well-timed, fast-absorbing post-workout protein shake like whey protein immediately after your training session.
To hit that recovery window hard.
Exactly. To maximize muscle recovery and kickstart muscle protein synthesis right when your muscles are most receptive and hungry for those nutrients. The whole foods give you the long-term building blocks and micronutrients, while the shake offers that rapid, convenient boost right when your body needs it most for immediate repair and growth. It's optimizing the timing.
Okay, that makes sense. Using both for their strengths. What about for weight loss?
For weight loss, the strategy also involves intelligent integration, but with a really strong emphasis on whole foods first. Here, the initial focus should be on high-protein, low-fat whole foods.
Like the lean chicken, fish, Greek yogurt, eggs, lentils we talked about.
Exactly those. These foods are incredibly satiating, partly due to protein, partly fiber. They help you feel full on fewer calories, which is absolutely crucial for creating that necessary calorie deficit for healthy fat loss.
Okay, so whole foods are key for fullness while dieting.
Yeah.
Where do supplements fit in?
Protein supplements can then be used strategically to support this, made for that quick, low-calorie breakfast when you're on the go,
Right.
or perhaps as a controlled calorie snack to help you hit your protein targets later in the day without adding extra fats or carbs, especially when whole food options aren't convenient or available. They become a valuable tool to fill those nutritional gaps and provide consistency, allowing you to maintain your dietary approach without feeling overly restricted or constantly hungry while still preserving muscle.
So it really is about designing a personalized strategy, leveraging the strengths of both whole foods and supplements depending on your goal and your lifestyle. It sounds like a much more sustainable, flexible approach than relying solely on one or the other.
It absolutely is.
Why specifically is this balanced approach truly superior for long-term health and performance, compared to just trying to get all your protein from, say, shakes, or maybe only from meat?
That's exactly the right question to ask. Why is balance better? It comes down to getting both comprehensive nutrition and optimal timing when needed.
Okay.
Whole foods provide that complex nutritional matrix we keep mentioning, the vitamins, minerals, fiber, diverse phytonutrients. These support sustained energy, promote gut health, ensure you're not missing out on crucial micronutrients. They offer a holistic package that fosters long-term health in ways an isolated protein supplement just cannot.
The whole picture.
Think of that salmon and roasted vegetables meal again. You get complete protein, yes, but also omega-3s, fiber, vitamins A and C, potassium, antioxidants. A protein shake, while delivering protein, just won't replicate that entire array.
Got it. And the supplement side?
Conversely, that whole food meal might take longer to digest, which makes a fast-absorbing shake potentially superior for that immediate post-exercise amino acid delivery, when muscle repair needs are most urgent and timing matters more.
So each has its time and place.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that each source has unique strengths and weaknesses. Striking this right balance ensures you're getting both the broad spectrum of nutrients for overall vitality and the precise, rapid, or convenient protein boosts when timing or specific macro ratios are critical. This helps optimize fitness adaptations, ensures efficient recovery, supports robust overall health, and helps prevent potential nutrient deficiencies that could arise from over-reliance on isolated supplements.
That's a really clear explanation of why the synergy works best.
And, this whole discussion about personalized needs and balanced approaches, it raises one more incredibly important point.
What's that?
While we've provided general evidence-based guidelines here based on solid source material, it's always crucial to remember that truly personalized advice can be invaluable.
Good disclaimer.
Yeah. We strongly recommend that you, the listener, consult a qualified healthcare professional or perhaps a registered dietitian before making any major or drastic dietary changes.
Why is that so important?
Because they can take into account your unique health status. Any existing medical conditions, potential allergies, current medications you might be taking, or highly specific performance goals you have. They can provide tailored recommendations that are safest and most effective specifically for you. They help fine-tune these general principles to your very specific circumstances.
That's really good advice. Context matters.
Absolutely. Ultimately, our goal with this deep dive today is really just to empower you to make informed, nuanced choices about your protein intake.
Moving beyond the hype.
Exactly. Moving beyond those simple good or bad labels.
Yeah.
Understanding the complementary roles of whole foods and supplements means you can fuel your body effectively, enhance your performance, whatever that means for you, and support your long-term health goals with confidence portions, with precision, and with a genuine understanding of what your body truly needs.
It's about becoming your own informed nutritional strategist.
That's a great way to put it.
Wow. What an incredibly clear, comprehensive, and I think really actionable deep dive into protein. Seriously valuable stuff. So just to quickly recap the key takeaways from our whole exploration here. Protein. It's fundamental. It's multifaceted.
Yeah.
Essential not just for building and repairing muscles, right?
Right.
But also for vital functions like hormone production, metabolic health, that profound satiety factor,
Yeah.
and even keeping your immune system robust.
Covers a lot of ground.
And your personal protein needs, they are exactly that personal. They vary significantly based on your activity level, your specific goals. But we have clear guidelines now. Roughly 0.8 grams per kilo for sedentary, up to maybe 1.2, 1.5 for active,
Yeah.
even higher 1.6, 2.2 grams per kilo for those really focusing on muscle gain or strategic weight loss.
Those ranges give a great starting point.
And the foundational role of whole foods just cannot be overstated. They are your primary nutrient-dense source, offering that rich symphony of vitamins, minerals, fiber, healthy fats. The things isolated supplements just can't replicate, leading to better, longer-lasting satiety and smoother digestion.
Whole foods first, always the base.
But we've also clearly learned that protein supplements, they're a powerful modern assist when used correctly, providing that unparalleled convenience, targeted nutrition sometimes with things like BCAAs and crucial calorie control for very specific scenarios or goals.
The right tool for the right job.
Exactly. So
GGO.
you, our listener, now hopefully have the knowledge, the guidelines, the understanding to navigate your protein choices confidently, recognizing that the best approach, it's rarely a rigid either. It's much more likely a smart, synergistic both hand.
Perfectly summarized. And maybe just one final thought for you to ponder as you go about your day.
Yeah, leave us with something to think about.
Beyond just hitting the numbers, beyond choosing the sources, really think about the quality and maybe even more importantly, the consistency of your protein intake over time.
Quality and consistency. Okay.
How might those small conscious shifts you make in your daily protein habits, like really making sure you get a solid protein source at every meal,
Right.
maybe choosing a whole food, high protein snack instead of a less nutritious option, how might those small shifts compound over time?
The compounding effect.
Yeah, into significant long-term benefits for your sustained energy levels, your resilience against getting sick, your physical strength, and just your overall vitality and quality of life for years and years to come. It's those consistent daily choices, those quiet, intelligent decisions that truly build a stronger, healthier you in the long run.
Absolutely. Think about that powerful compounding effect. It really is a journey, isn't it? Not a sprint.
Well said.
Well, thank you so much for joining us on this deep dive into the sometimes confusing but ultimately fascinating world of protein. We really hope this knowledge empowers you to fuel your body better, make informed choices, and just continue exploring topics that help you stay well-informed and truly empowered in every aspect of your life.
It was a pleasure.
Until next time, keep diving deep.